phones. Please provide both name and media affiliation each time you ask a question during the press conference. And please wait for the microphone to come around before asking questions. If you're joining on Zoom, please utilize the raise a hand function. We will address questions in the room first and get to Zoom if time allows. Recording press conferences on cell phones or cameras is prohibited. We're joined by Coach Fralick and student athletes Grace Van Sluten and Jalen Brown. Coach will begin with a brief opening statement, followed by questions for student athletes only. At that time, we'll dismiss student athletes before continuing with questions for Coach. Coach, when you're ready.
Yeah, a heck of a game. Definitely all the elements of March Madness. You know, a lot of credit to Colorado State when you coming in. They're going to be a stingy team. A team that hasn't won or lost games by much of a margin, and we knew that was going to have to be a bit of a grind out. And proud of our team. I think the game really changed when we just dug in much better defensively, did a much better job guarding the ball. That is, to me, where a lot of the momentum came. So proud of our team for finding a way. There's some, obviously things to learn in every game, but being one of 32 teams left playing, just really, really proud of this group for so many people finding a way to help us win tonight.
All right, we'll take questions for student athletes at this time. Raise your hand if you have a question.
Murray Evans from the Lawton Constitution. I'll ask this to you, Grace. It looked like your length inside, you guys just had so much in there, and that really bothered him, and your offensive rebound might have been the difference tonight.
Yeah, I think that was kind of just an advantage I think I had coming into this game. Kind of knew they weren't the biggest inside, and I just like to really make a point of that and, understand that I have a mismatch and do whatever I can to take advantage of that.
Right here up front.
Brooke Pryor, ESPN. Jalen, that three that you had, the go-ahead three, before that you guys had been kind of uncharacteristically cold from behind the arc. Just what were they doing to frustrate you defensively with those long-range shots?
Honestly, I think that our team just finds a way. Like, every shot's not going to go in, and we understand that college basketball is a game of ups and downs. But I feel like if we stay prone to what we know how to do, which is focusing on shots, my teammates are going to find me, and I'm going to knock it down. That's my job, and we just help each other. So in any way, whoever's hitting, we're looking for them, we're finding them.
Up here, front left.
Hi, Devin Imser-Pasek, Rocky Mountain Collegian. What exactly was it about Colorado State that kind of surprised you in the sense that led it to be down to the wire?
Yeah, I think they were just a really scrappy team. I think they came out and kind of punched us first, and it took us a while to get back on our feet. But yeah, they just, obviously really wanted it. And I think, like Coach said, once we decided to guard and decide that we wanted it more than them, that's kind of when the game turned.
What was the message that you guys were telling each other in between the third and the fourth quarter there when you guys really did clamp down defensively there in the fourth quarter?
We do this thing in practice. It's called perfect possession. So we were going out there like, guys, we got to have a perfect possession. We got to play defense together, be on a string, communicate, and make sure that we're aware of everything that's going on the court. And once we start communicating and vocalizing what's going on, it makes everything easier, everything clearer, and we were able to execute.
Tyler DeLuca, No Cap Space. Jalen, for you, just getting a taste of March Madness and being able to feel that intensity, obviously, just for you individually being able to get through this experience, how was the first one?
It's amazing. It's so cool. I'm blessed, highly favored. I think that my journey has brought me to an amazing place, and I know that me being here has only helped me grow. So to be able to experience this with this lovely group of women, we pour into each other and we make sure that we're well supported so that when we're ready for big moments like this, the moment's not too big. We slide right in and we do what we're supposed to as Spartans. So it's great. Yeah, cool.
Grace, you're now one of only 7 players in Division I to have their first 3 NCAA tournaments have double-doubles in all 3. Just kind of what does that mean to you to have an accomplishment like that?
Yeah, it means a lot. I think I'm just kind of going out there and doing my job, just rebound on both sides of the court, try not to really pay attention to the numbers and just do what's best for the team.
Anything else for the student athletes? All right. Thank you, girls.
Thanks, guys. Longer. No, you guys want to stay in the sunshine.
Yeah, I know that's why.
Thanks, guys.
All right, questions for Coach?
Murray Evans, Lawton Constitution. And Coach, I'll ask you the same thing I asked Grace. I mean, it really looked like your length inside bothered them, particularly down the stretch. You got a couple of key offensive rebounds there and putbacks that moved it from 3 to 5.
Yeah.
Just talk a little bit about that, please.
Yeah, I mean, when we came in, and one of the emphasis was to offensive rebound. Not that they've given up a lot, but that's been something that when we've played well, we've done. And so we made a big point about that, especially because they don't really push a lot in transition. And we came up with some timely ones, I thought. But credit to Colorado State. They got a really good team. They play really smart. Carlson's a tough matchup. She kind of kept finding her way to the basket. But that's what we shared with our team. That's what it's about this time of the year. Everybody left playing is good. Everybody left playing is playing good basketball. And it was a heck of a game. I'm proud of our group because we really didn't get any momentum. We did not shoot the ball well. We didn't shoot free throws well, which we've been a good free throw shooting team. And we didn't get discouraged. And I'm proud of our group for when the game was unrhythmic, for grinding out a tough win.
Brooke Pryor, ESPN. Robin Kennedy had some big blocks, some big points. Just what kind of a lift and energy does she give this team when she's playing like that on both ends of the floor?
Well, she's a great competitor, and I really challenged them in a timeout because I was tired of us losing one-on-one matchups. I had seen enough. And Kennedy was one of them, and I just really challenged them that, you have to guard. You have to get down and guard and do it without fouling and get a stop. And I thought she did a much better job of imposing her will, and she got some blocks. You can play defense passively or you can play it assertively. And I thought when we flipped to playing assertively, especially Kennedy, I think there was a clear change in the way she was guarding. That really helped our team.
Is that all for Coach? All right.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Courtesy to fellow media members as well as coaches and student athletes, please silence all cell phones. Please provide both name and media affiliation each time you ask a question, and please wait for the microphone to come around before asking questions. If you're joining on Zoom, please utilize the raise hand function. We will address questions in the room first and then get to Zoom if time allows. Recording press conferences on cell phones or cameras is prohibited. We're joined by Coach Williams and student athletes Brooke Carlson and Hannah Ronsick. Coach, if you'll begin with a brief opening statement, then we'll go with questions for student athletes, and then we'll dismiss student athletes before taking questions for Coach. Coach, when you're ready.
Yeah, just a March Madness basketball game. You know, these two teams really battling out there, and congrats to Michigan State. I thought they played a tough fourth quarter, but I couldn't be more proud of my squad. Holy cow, did we battle. And they did everything that we asked them to do tonight. Just a few plays here or there, and we're probably having a different conversation, but these ladies will forever be champions, and they played like it tonight. No doubt about it.
Questions
I
for
love
the
my
student?
basketball team.
All right, questions for student athletes? Up here, front right.
Liv Sewell, CSURams.com. Brooke, for you, I'm sure it's difficult to put into words at this moment, but can you kind of describe the moments you are proud of the way you guys played tonight?
Honestly, the whole game I'm really proud of us. We fought together. Even when they started going on runs, I don't think we ever disconnected. We stayed connected, stay huddling, and I couldn't be more proud of this team, not just tonight, but the whole entire season. And since summer, this has been a competitive group. We've wanted it, and we got the championship, but we just fell short tonight. So.
And for you, Hannah, you kind of started off on a really good run tonight. Can you kind of describe your emotions in the first quarter, first couple of minutes, you hitting that 2, that 3, the first plays?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously March, and I'm a senior, and I know that each game is not promised, or the next game isn't promised, so I just want to go out and do everything I can for my basketball team, whether that's getting stops, hitting open shots, and yeah, I saw an opportunity on the offensive end, and I took it.
Brooke Pryor, ESPN. Brooke, for you, 26 points, career high, 13 of those in the fourth quarter. Just what was kind of going through your mind as you were kind of answering there? It seemed like you were really just on another level, especially there late.
I feel like we wanted to win. We wanted to get that dub, but I kind of was just playing, giving what the defense was giving me. My teammates were finding me in those positions, so it was just kind of taking what I got in that moment.
Far right.
Susie Wargen from KOA. For both of you, there's no such thing as a moral victory, but for the program to win the Mountain West, to come here, show that you belong in the tournament, and you're both in two different places. So, I mean, Hannah, it's your last game. Brooke, you've got a ways to go, but how does it feel with how you represented the program tonight and the school?
Yeah, I mean, I know all of the Rams here and back home believed in us, but we were definitely an underdog, and I think we went out and we showed that, we can compete with these teams on any given night. And, yeah, I'm just super proud of our basketball team, the way we played tonight and throughout the season. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with Hannah. And just being able to play with these girls, our seniors did a lot for us this year, so I'm really proud of them. They stepped up in ways that, wasn't seen on the court. They're, leaders off the court, brought everybody together. So we're just going to have to keep building on that for next year and just taking what we saw from them and then keep it going.
In the week leading up to this game, you guys talked a lot about how getting defense on lock was going to help you guys win this game. Can you talk about how your defense led into your offense when you were playing tonight?
I think our defense was amazing tonight. We were really connected. We were staying together. They didn't really get that much that we were taking away a lot. So that kind of just feeds into the offensive end, getting stops, getting rebounds, being able to push it. So, and that's when we like to play, is in transition and all of that. So.
Anything else for the student athletes? All right. Thank you, girls.
Thank you.
Should we take a vote? All right, questions for Coach?
Devin Imser-Pasick, Rocky Mountain Collegian. What do you feel like, it was a close game the entire time, no team led by more than 5. What do you feel like was maybe the final swing in that fourth quarter that led them to get over the top?
Thanks for being here, by the way.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. They made some plays, Vandersloot, 23 nails the corner three, 35 is that young lady plays with a lot of force. I think those plays combined with, we had some empty possessions, a few turnovers late, but we put ourselves in a position to win. Our team was amazing tonight. They were amazing. And they just made a few more plays at the end of the day. I thought our ladies did everything that we asked them to do, everything. And they did it with all their might. And as a coach, that's really all you can ask. Sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. But at the end of the day, those kids really, really competed. And they left it all on that March Madness floor. And they're a good team. They're a good team. They just made a few more plays.
Up here, on the right.
Can you talk a little bit about Lexi Deaton's impact, especially in that first half with Maddie Bragg getting 2 fouls in that first quarter? Can you talk about her impact on the defensive end?
Yeah. Well, Deeds has been great all year for us. Whatever we've asked her to do, she's done. And Vandersloot is a very difficult interior player to guard. She's got exceptional footwork. She gets separation. She's incredible. And so our she got us in foul trouble. Our kids really, it was going to be one of those where we were going to have to play physical with her. We wanted to make sure she felt us. And Maddie picked up 2 early. One was kind of silly, the over the backer. But then Deaton was ready to go. And, that's the thing about Deaton is she is always ready to go. And she comes in and she plays with incredible energy. She really guards well. She gave us good rebounding. So that's what this group has been, right? And it's different each night. That was a good half for Deaton. Marty's stepped up, right, for Bargesser being out. So it's kind of what this game needs for us to be successful. And maybe it's 5 minutes, maybe it's 10 minutes, maybe it's 40 minutes. But these kids always get themselves ready to go. And Deaton's been in these games before. Deaton, you saw just a mature young woman out there today. Whatever was asked, she was going to go do. And that's the sign of a senior, an oldie. And I couldn't be more proud of her.
And Michigan State used so many of their players. When you have 4 or 5 players playing 30-plus minutes, do you see that impact out on the floor? Of
that's a good question, Liv. We thanks for being here too, by the way. There were a few possessions we maybe were a little tired, and you could see it like in the pursuit. There was that possession, I think they got 3 boards in a row. And it was just, you could see we just got a little too spectatory. And I think fatigue obviously had to do something with that. But, they were subbing a lot. They were trying to find offense. We guarded the heck out of them. I'm sorry, we guarded. And so that's kind of been our rotation late, right? We haven't played a lot of kids here lately. And these kids are, we ain't going to use that tired thing. They just made a few more plays.
Susie Wargin, KOA. Ryan, kind of on the same thing that I asked the girls about with just what this does for the program and for the university. The headline is Spartans avoid upset, which then everybody wants to look at that because who almost upset them? So it's a, again, no moral victories, but a big showing.
Yeah, it was a really good basketball game, Susie, and we put a plan together, and our kids prepared to win this game, to win the game. not to keep it close, not to let's show out well on a national stage. That wasn't the plan, and it's never the plan with this group. It's to go win the game, and that's what they went to do. And I think the country saw what a CSU Ram is all about. I mean, there's not one CSU Ram around the country, wherever they were watching, that isn't bursting with pride. And nobody's bursting with more pride than me. And we've got a locker room that's hurting. And they hurt because they care and because they expect to win. They don't look at a 12-5. They don't look at it that way. And we've trained them to not look at it that way. There's always a way to put yourself in a position to win. And that's why I'm so proud of them, because they do it. And they did it all year long. Colorado State basketball it's a big deal. And this group all year long, last year, I mean, we played good basketball there, really good basketball. And it was nice to be on this stage. It's hard to play these games on a neutral floor. You don't get those opportunities very often. Nobody will schedule, you can go to the Bahamas for Thanksgiving and get these games. But with this type of, when it's on the line, you saw what being a CSU Ram is all about.
Brooke Pryor, ESPN. Brooke specifically there, especially in the fourth quarter with those 13 points. Just what impresses you about her mentality and the way that she elevates in those big moments?
Yeah, Brooke is a bulldog. That young lady, she's a rock star. And we really challenge Brooke from really probably the second half of the season on to just get to a different gear, get to a different level. And she has really done that. And then it had to go to a different level when Bargesser went down. So in the Mountain West Conference tournament, you saw Brooke mainly in that, the semis and the championship game. She knew much more was going to be required from her, and she delivered. She captured the moment, and she delivered. And we talked today in shoot around, just, she's kind of, get out of your lane. There's a different gear for you. It is. You have to take risks tonight. You have to. And, because she was the only ball handler we had, people. All right, let's be real. I mean, those other kids did an amazing job as well, but we had one young lady that could really help us play a little bit poised, and that was Brooke. And so for her to handle the pressure of their pressure, and then to score 26, I'm glad the basketball world got to see Brooke, because she's just getting started. Trust me, that young lady is just getting started. So it's all hers now. I mean, the keys are totally hers right now. But it was fun to see her get to a different level tonight.
Anything else? All right. Thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks.